This is pretty cool though. So yeah, this is definitely my first time driving a right-hand drive car, and I wanted to share that experience with you guys, just in case you've ever wondered what it's like. I love you guys. I love my subscribers. Give me a high five, boy. Alright, let's go get some of this awesome sushi. Oh, I found my people. Right next to the toilet. Exactly where you belong. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! Oh man, that was close. What is up, notagrom fam? We are on, well, not a normal road at all. In fact, we are doing another night ride, as you can tell, which is why I waited till I got to town. I kind of picked a route that has a lot of street lights so that hopefully you can still see everything. We're also using a different camera this time so we can kind of get that double angle that you see in a lot of other videos. I actually bought this camera a while back. It's the Sony AS50. It's based on the X3000. It has the same body. It uses the same waterproof case. It just doesn't have microphone input, which is kind of weird, but I guess that's like, you know, this is kind of the budget, more of a stripped down version of the X3000. It's also not capable of 120 frames per second, but being that this is a night ride, you really want to run in 60 frames a second for a night ride. The way I figured that out is I did a little bit of research, and you know, it makes perfect sense. You know, when it's recording at 60 frames a second, it's essentially taking a picture 60 times per second or 120 times per second. And so in order for light to come in, you know, that's how low light, you know, how it works in low light is it has to take in more light than it would during the day, and it doesn't have as much time to do that when you're running in a higher frame rate. So the lower the frame rate, the more light it can take in, and therefore the picture is brighter. So I've pretty much got both cameras running in the exact same settings. Even the X3000 is running in 60 frames a second so that the low light's better. You know, in the last video, I was like, I hope this isn't too grainy or anything, because I was running in 60, you know, in the group ride video to Paris, Texas. But after watching that video, I realized it actually looked really good. It definitely looked way, way, way better than the Power Commander 5, you know, night ride video. That was just a grainy mess of a potato camera looking situation. So yeah, this definitely seems to work. It definitely seems to help. And you know, of course, again, I'm trying to stay on roads that have a lot of street lights so that we can have as much light in here as possible. And man, I should have cleaned my visor before I left, because it has got so many bugs on it. I hope there's not bugs on the camera already. I've only been riding for a few miles to get here, but if there is bugs on the lens again, I apologize. It's just that time of the year here in Texas. You know, it's fall, and in the evening when you're riding around out here in the country, I mean, we're surrounded by country. We're in the city right now, but we are surrounded by country and pastures and cows and animals, and so there's tons of bugs everywhere, and it just can't be avoided. But I'll definitely try to wipe the lens off whenever we get where we're going. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is, you know, in that GoPro video, one of the most liked comments was this guy that was, oh, my blinker's been on forever. But there was this guy talking about the bit rates of YouTube, because, you know, I mentioned in that video when I run in 100 meg on the X3000 that it looks better when I run it in 60 meg than 100 meg when I upload it to YouTube. It looks better on the computer in 100 meg, but it looks worse on YouTube, and that's because YouTube has a limited bit rate. It's kind of like bandwidth for the camera itself. You know, like the maximum for 1080-60 on YouTube, your maximum bit rate is 16 megabytes a second. And that's why the 60 looks better than the 100, is because it's cutting a lot of it out. I am in the wrong lane and the wrong gear. My bad. Can't see my gear indicator and I'm having to count them. Not used to doing that, but that's probably a good thing to learn. So anyways, the point was if you run in 4K, or should I say if you encode the video in 4K, basically upscaling from 1080 to 4K, you get a higher bit rate. For 4K, it's more like 50 to 60 megabytes per second instead of 16, so your bit rate's higher, but you have to upload in 4K format to get that bit rate. So that's what I did last time. I came up with some settings, and I think that last video looked pretty good considering just how dark it was. All right, visor's coming up, so if it's windy, I'm sorry, I'm getting hot in there. But anyway, so that's kind of what we're doing here. So I hope this video comes out looking pretty good. You know, we'll see. I'm just trying to maximize my settings as much as possible. But tonight we're doing something a little different. In fact, we're doing something a lot different than usual. We are teaching my friend Elizabeth how to ride a motorcycle. She's never ridden a motorcycle in her life until last night, and we met up here and I let her get on the Z, and she just kind of went around this parking lot here, and she, you know, I don't even think she got out of second gear, but she's pretty good for somebody that's never rode before, and I wanted to document that experience today, because I know I get a lot of people ask questions, you know, how hard is it to learn how to ride a motorcycle? I don't have anybody to teach me, you know, so we're going to give you a little demonstration of that. Where is she at? This is their car. Okay, she's in Target. I kind of figured she probably got here way before me and had to wait on me to backroad it here, so I guess she got bored and went in Target. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna be teaching her a little bit more about how to ride, and I'm gonna go over some of the things that I already taught her last night just so we can get it on video. I hope she's not too nervous. I kind of joked about about recording this and making a motovlog out of it, and she didn't seem like she was real happy about that, but I'm gonna make her do it anyway. She's a pretty good sport. I think she'll go along with it. I see her.
No. I hate you.
You don't hate me.
I do hate you.
Oh, my blinker fell off. Whoops. I really need to fix that. Oh, I brought 2 cameras this time. There's one on the bike too. Don't be cussing in my video. Are you gonna get all nervous on me now? Whatever. Alright, so just get on like you normally would. I like how you're hiding behind the visor. I really do. She's camera shy. Like, I had to warm her up for this. So you grab the brake, sling that foot over, kickstand, and we're just going to go through the basics here, which is pretty much just once you get on the bike, you know, you want to familiarize yourself with all the controls. You know, you've got your clutch here, blinker, high beam, low beam, and then horn, kill switch, starter button, front brake, and then of course on the right side you've got your foot brake, and you always want to use your hand brake and your foot brake at the same time. I mean, there are situations where you don't have to, but you'll kind of learn those as you go. Really, to get started, the first thing you want to do is grab the clutch. Come on, Liz. Come on, Liz. Grab the clutch, and of course you are in neutral, so you want to put it in first gear. You can do that with the bike running or not, it doesn't matter. Turn your kill switch on and crank the bike. And then of course, to get started, you're just gonna let out on the clutch easy, don't worry about the throttle too much, and just walk the bike. And then when you feel like you got balance, you can lift your feet up and put them on the pegs. So Liz has done this a few times, she's familiar with it, so I'm just gonna let her do her thing. Go ahead, you're good. This is actually the second time that she's rode a motorcycle. I brought it out here last night. I didn't have the camera with me. I wasn't planning on doing a vlog or anything. I didn't even really know if she was actually going to ride. But she was really adamant that she wanted to try. So we come to this big parking lot. This is a Target, Kohl's, Office Depot, PetSmart parking lot. It's a huge parking lot, so it's a great place to practice. There's not a lot of traffic. There is a few cars that come in, here and there, but I've just warned her, just watch out. If you see a car and it makes you nervous, just stop and let them go. But she's been doing pretty good. She drives an R32 Skyline. That is not her Skyline, but she has one just like it, except it's black, and it is a 5-speed. So she's already familiar with, driving a manual car with a clutch. So that's all, not new to her. It's just a matter of adjusting to the fact that instead of doing it with her foot, she's doing it with her hand. But she's really impressed me. I mean, she's actually learning probably faster than I did originally. And I've already told her, how to change gears, which, again, she's familiar with manual transmission cars, so she understands the concept of that. It's just a matter of getting used to doing it with your foot instead of your hand. It's like kind of backwards from a car. Yeah, see, she kind of got nervous there because that car was coming, so she just stopped, let them go, and now she's gonna go. So, just take it easy, take your time. It's not really difficult. It's really more about just becoming comfortable and confident with whatever it is you're riding. Now, I think the Z125 or a Honda Grom, either one, is a really good starting platform because you can get out in a parking lot like this, and you can ride around really slow. Like, she's probably only going like 5-10 miles an hour right now. She gets into second gear, that's 15-20 miles an hour. But this is literally like the second time she's ever been on a motorcycle. And last night she rode probably 20 laps around this parking lot, never stalled it out once. She did stall it out earlier, but I think that's just because she's nervous, because I told her that I wanted to film this, and she's like, only if you let me warm up first, and then I might let you turn the cameras on. I was like, okay, fair enough. But she's doing great. And this is a good way to practice, and I'm just gonna continue bringing the bike out here and letting her ride it whenever she wants to. I've even told her, when she gets good enough and maybe gets her license, then she can come out to the house and get on the Z, and then I'll ride the Ninja and we can ride together. And I was trying to kind of talk her into getting a Grom or maybe a Z125 since she likes it so much, but I think she wants a bigger bike, something that she can ride to work every day, something that's a little quicker, that's a little more easily seen. She's got a friend that has a Yamaha R3 that he's trying to sell that she's looking at. So, and then that might be okay. It's a pretty good price. She'd still be able to keep up with the Ninja for the most part. But she already exclaimed earlier that she wants to get good enough so that she can come ride with me. So definitely going to set up a motovlogging helmet for her so that we can go do rides together and she will be motovlogging with me in the future. So that's really cool. As I've stated many times before, the reason that I ride alone is I don't really have anybody to ride with. Lewis got me into this, but he hasn't had a bike all summer. It's been tore down, which he's starting to piece back together. In fact, I'll show you some pictures right here of what he's got going. It's a DRZ 400. He's completely stripped it down, completely rebuilt it, and he's powder coated the frame and painted the engine, and he's got all the accent bolts and all the accent colors, and of course you're getting to see that now, but I think it's going to look really sweet when he gets done with it. So, it'll be really cool to see, Liz come out and ride with me. She lives a lot closer. Lewis lives like almost an hour away. Liz lives like 10-15 minutes away. So, we'll be able to ride together a lot more often than me and Lewis do. So that'll be pretty sweet. Did you have fun? You're not going to talk? All right, so I have been given the opportunity to drive the R32. And I'm a little nervous because I've never driven a right-hand drive car before. And I hope I can fit in here with the helmet. We're going to see. Oh, yep, I can fit. Kind of. My long-ass legs. Seatbelt. Maybe. All right. Oh, side hits a little bit. Yep. Right there. Yeah, that's the sunroof, yeah.
It's the same way. It's first, second, third, fourth, fifth.
Yeah, I knew that. It's just the orientation of it's just, I'm on the wrong side of the car.
Yeah. That's usually the first thing people ask me, is the shifter the same way?
Yeah, no, I knew that because I've done a lot of research on it. I want to do this.
I know.
Everything is so backwards. This is pretty cool though. So yeah, this is definitely my first time driving a right-hand drive car. And I wanted to share that experience with you guys. Just in case you've ever wondered what it's like. Of course, I know I have a lot of like European and maybe even a couple of Japanese subscribers, so this is probably like totally normal and boring to you, but this is pretty awesome. I'm just gonna take it down the road a little ways. I am kind of curious how this turbo car accelerates and feels. This is not a GTR. In fact, Casey's already said he wants me to make a decal that says hashtag not a GTR. This is a GTS-T, which means that it is in fact turbo, but it is rear-wheel drive instead of all-wheel drive, which actually makes it the perfect candidate to be a drift car. Oh yeah, we're in kilometers an hour. Shit, I don't know how fast we're going. Yeah, this is pretty alright. I mean, it's a little disorienting. It really is, I'm not gonna lie. The blinker is on the wrong side. I don't know why I thought the blinker would be on the left side, but it's not. It's on the right side. So we're just gonna make the loop-de-loop. The loop-de-loop. All the way around. These people are probably like, what are they doing? I don't care. I'm enduring myself. Enduring it. What? Something just dripped on me. What the hell? Oh, is it raining? Oh shit, it's raining. Fuck. That's fourth, not second. Blinkers on the other side. And I'm getting wet. Oh man, that means I'm gonna have to ride home in the rain. And the blinker's still on. Okay, I'm gonna take it back to him now. That was still really cool though. I'm glad he let me drive it. I don't know how to turn the windshield wipers on. I didn't know how to turn on the windshield wipers. I freaked out a little bit.
Right there. Here.
Okay, well, it's too late now. It's alright, I'm good.
It just rained out of nowhere.
I know. Just right as I was gonna get on it too, it started raining. I was like, well, damn. I like it. It's not that bad. It would take me a while to really get used to that though.
Yeah.
It definitely sits like a sports car though. Like it's not like a Honda Civic. Like it sits like, it reminds me of my GTO. You know, you sit down in it like a race car. You know.
I love it. Hers is like super deep.
Yeah, I really want to drive hers because I know it's like fast and stuff and noisy. Yours isn't noisy enough, I'm sorry. It's pretty, it's just not noisy enough. I kind of parked it crooked. So in the middle of our practice session, it started to rain, and Liz, who also wants to ride a motorcycle or learn to ride a motorcycle, also wants to learn to drift because, like I said before, she has a Skyline too, just like that one, except for it is black. And so they are going to go over to this other parking lot, and I'm not sure exactly how much we're going to be able to catch on camera. I kind of got stuck babysitting, but that's okay. This is like the cutest little kid ever, so I'm not opposed to that, but I am going to walk over here and see if we can get her on camera. I don't know. But she hasn't had a whole lot of practice drifting, but what I can tell, she does a pretty good job for someone with so little practice. Whoa, dude, I know, right? Mommy's pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Mom's kind of a badass. I hope I got that. Because when you come around that big, hard, long, fast one and then you stop, she goes, "Whoa, dude."
You're the cutest. You gotta get in the car.
All right, well, that was that turned out to be a lot more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. Originally, I was just going to bring the bike out here and let Liz zip around on it, you know, and try to get a feel for it to see if she wants a bike, which she's pretty much already made up her mind that she wants a bike. But, you know, I wanted to give her some time to practice. It was a nice evening. I didn't have a whole lot going on. The weather is perfect in Texas right now. And then right in the middle of all that, of course, while they were letting me test drive the Skyline, it started to rain and it got just wet enough to go out and slide a little bit. And Liz has also been wanting to learn how to drift. As I said earlier, you know, she's got the black R32. She's actually been in one of the other videos before. In fact, I'll show you a clip of that right here. Whenever we went to the last drift event, that was her in the black R32. And then, of course, that was Casey in the red R32, the one you just seen, the one that we just drove around. And she's had the car for a while, but really hasn't had a chance to go out and practice. And when that little rainstorm came in, you know, like it poured for a good minute there. I had to throw my backpack and all my gear into their truck because all my drone batteries and stuff were in the backpack and I didn't want them to get wet. So we sat there for a minute. Well, then it just stopped raining and I'm like, hey, you know, this is like the perfect opportunity for you to practice drifting. Like, you know, it's just wet enough that you could go out there and have some fun. And so she was like, yeah, I want to try. And I was like, they were like, but we got Sienna. And I'm like, I'll babysit. It's okay. So, yeah, that was all her. That was pretty badass. I'm really impressed. Not only is she pretty good at riding a motorcycle, despite, you know, that being pretty much her first time, but she's also pretty good at drifting a Skyline. So that kind of makes her a badass in my book. I mean, I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think? You think Liz is pretty badass? You want to see Liz come back for some more videos? I think you guys will, but go ahead and put a comment down below if you want to see more of Liz on the motorcycle, or, oh, my blinker's on, or more drifting from Liz. She has agreed to come back and be a part of this show. But I want you guys to pump her up. She needs some motivation. The camera makes her a little nervous. So leave a comment down below if you want to see Liz in more Notagrom YouTube video. Also, be sure to let me know what you think of this new camera setup I've got here. I'm using the ram mount, and I've got a ram mount with like a suction cup. And that's what this attachment came from. And then, of course, this is the ram mount for the phone. And I just took the phone mount off and put the camera mount in its place, and it's perfect. So that means I can use it on either bike, because I've got this same ram mount on the Ninja as well. So I might start incorporating this more often. So be sure to let me know if you like like having that dual view that like you're used to seeing in most other motovlogs. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this video. You guys know the drill. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you next time. Peace. She was totally looking at my bike. Totally. Yeah, I know. It's sexy. I know. I look at it every day. It's okay. I understand.
I don't want to be in it.
It's too late.
I don't want to be in it.
Mikey doesn't want to be in it, but he's in every video. Huh? Much better. Don't make fun of being crooked. I know it's crooked. That means we're about to do the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I was thinking too much about making videos, not about where I'm going. Don't do that. It's a bad idea.